too much. Your words cut deep. Deeper than any blade.
You know, y'all, there's some shit out there that really scares me. I'm scared of losing the people who are the closest and most dear to me.
No, please.
I'm scared of the shit that resides in the darkness whenever the sun goes down. Hell, I'm scared of my mother whenever she picks up that belt. And lastly, I'm scared of the Lord Almighty. And if there's one thing that scares me the most out of all these things, that is the human race.
But Mr. Drinkable, you said you fear the Lord. He said if you're one of his followers, you don't have fear.
Well, that is true. I don't fear humans. I'm just scared of what we're capable of producing. Humans have been known to produce some of the most scariest shit to ever be bestowed onto this earth. For example, nuclear weapons, furry costumes, hell, job applications. But those are just examples. The worst thing that we have created was the internet. Now, how can the internet be the scariest thing that we have created? Well, audience, whenever you have someone with free will and the imagination power with a computer or a phone, what do you get? Nigga, you get this bullshit right here. Nah, I'm playing. You get horror. And I fucking hate horror. Whether that be video games, movies, TV shows, people, anything that had potential to scare me, bro, I did not fuck with. Hell, there would even be times where I didn't want to leave the bed when I had to go to the bathroom because I thought something was gonna snatch me up in the darkness. So today, we'll be going down memory lane looking back at my past of some of the things that actually fucking scared me. Oh, and one honorable mention of something that used to scare me was when niggas used to pull their cheeks down and roll their eyes back. For some reason, that shit just used to scare me, I don't know why. So to finally kick this list off of the scariest shit on the internet, bro, I'm gonna be talking about Jeff the fucking Killer. Dude, we talk about generational trauma. This nigga did just that. This nigga is one of the few and only things that I can date back to memory perfectly because of how scary this nigga looked it to 8-year-old me. The sunken back eyes, the big ass smile, the red lips, and the white skin. Just ew, bro. This nigga was just creepy, bro. I couldn't. Bro, I genuinely used to hate seeing this nigga appear on the internet as a child, bro. Cause anytime I would see this dude on my screen, dude, I used to always think that it was my time to go see my Lord and Savior. And anytime you would see this nigga Jeff the Killer, he will always be paired with a fucking jump scare background noise that was a part of his default starter pack. Or he will be paired with this nigga Slender Man, and he is next up on this list. Now, besides all the cringy fan art that has been made between these two, and I mean cringy, this dude Slender Man was actually pretty tough, not gonna lie. Now, talking about bro in the big 2025 is the equivalent of opening an old forgotten memory, cause don't nobody be talking about bro. Now, originally, he was made back in 2009, and let's just say, there wasn't shit scary about bro. And because there wasn't anything frightening about him, he decides to go into training art for 4 years and has returned with a newer and better iteration of himself. Now he just be ore farming. But even with the new look, some still think he's not scary, including me. Back in the day, yeah, but not no more. Bro is quite literally a tall white male with a tuxedo on, with some black tentacles on his back. Now you tell me if that's scary or not. And unfortunately, his only redeeming quality was his jump scare. That's it. So we'll be listening to it. Yep. Yep, take it in. Yep, right there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Heaven on earth. But outside of that, bro was so tough they even had a way to summon him, and it went like this.
When man of slender visits you, nothing on earth that one can do, in well he'll hide, or watery hole.
And he will eat your mortal soul. So if thou seest the man so thin, pray you don't see him again, for he is not from world, we know.
He cometh from far down below,
On his bed of dirt from grave.
from his dank and silent cave.
He watches you, yet has no sight.
He taketh you away at night, 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 at night.
Now, if you were to sit me down one day and tell me that one day I would be afraid of a bear, a bunny, a chicken, and a fox, I think you'd be lying to me. But turns out that shit was true. By the time I figured out what Five Nights at Freddy's was, I was already playing it in a Roblox tycoon without it being a part of my knowledge. Five Nights at Freddy's is probably the most popular horror game franchise to currently date. And with the popularity of such a game rising every day, also comes along with its own superstars that has grown along with the community, such as Corey X Kenshin, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, 8-Bit Ryan, Fusion Gamer, and even the GOAT, Matt Pat. And just watching these guys play and talk about the game just by itself was a chef's kiss to a perfect franchise. And that's to go without saying how good the games are, cause hell, majority of them are straight peak. You got Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, 3, 4, Sisters Location, Pizzeria, Simulator, Ultimate Custom Night, and the list just goes on and on and on. And on top of that, the community just makes the games 10 times better, cause the fan-made games are just as good as the franchise ones, if not better, such as Forgotten Memories, Five Nights Haunted, Foxy from FNAF Doom, and lastly, The Joy of Creation. Man, that game is fucking crazy. And did I mention that 3 out of the 4 are made on Roblox? Roblox. And bruh, that's to go without talking about the lore and trying to piece together all the games in chronological order to tell the story, or how you're playing as the main antagonist son for a little bit, or how you're just a kid sitting in bed having nightmares, and the list just goes on and on and on. And boy, I didn't even mention the music. Bruh, some bangers from my childhood has came straight from this franchise. And in all, man, there's so much you can talk about within this franchise that you can go on for days and days, but I just don't have that type of time on my hands. But the scariest out of the bunch to me is Five Nights at Freddy's 4 and The Joy of Creation, cause the lore behind Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is just creepy by itself. And just imagine yourself as a young kid in a house by yourself being haunted and sought out by this. Yeah. And the Joy of Creation jump scares just hit different, along with the iconic Bonnie jump scare where he gives you the strongest right hook to the chin.
Listen closely.
Now, new gen horror, I do not fuck with. Now, the reason I don't like new gen horror is because of how creatively eerie and creepy they can be. And there are some that has stick with me that even now give me the fucking heebie-jeebies. For example, I know y'all remember that really popular short horror film called I Heard It Too. Yeah, that shit constantly haunts me to this day. The constant calling of Sarah's name that is supposedly coming from her mother, coming to find out that it isn't her mother calling her, but some demonic entity that looks just like her mother is calling her. Bruh, hell to the no. Or the short horror film where there is a man inside of a box and if you take your eyes off of him, he moves every time. No thank you. And bruh, do not let me forget about the Portrait of God horror film. Like, that shit is really creepy. And how do motherfuckers even come up with this shit, bruh? And recently, I've been seeing some real creepy shit on TikTok that stands from AI and fucking Star Wars. I know y'all have been seeing this dude around right here.
And he cares nothing for the Sith, or its teachings, or the Jedi.
I ain't even know Darth Nihilus was a character from Star Wars, but with a look like that, this nigga needs to have his own horror show. Cause originally, when I first seen bro, all I thought was how similar he looked to the Boyle one, and that motherfucker is creepy as shit. I don't know who decided to make a walking, talking nutsack, but whoever did, them motherfuckers need some help. And on top of that, there's this really interesting TikToker who is currently using AI to create his own original horror series called The Angel Engine. The Angel Engine is a series that shows a cause and effect of what would happen if humans captured an actual angel from heaven. For something like this to be made by AI, the art is actually really nice in my opinion, and I always usually tend to have a greater fear towards things that involves anything biblical. Like, look at both of these angels right here and tell me that this isn't creepy at all. So yeah, those are the scariest things on the internet. Let me know in the comment section if my takes were valid or not, and if you think you've seen anything scarier or more horrifying that I've probably have not seen, don't put that shit in the comment section. Keep it to yourself. So yeah, hope y'all have enjoyed today's video, and until then, I'll see you next week.
You're lying.
What? Bro, I'm not lying.
You're lying.
Bro, I'm not.
You're lying.
Dude, I'm not.
You're lying.
Ooh, I said I'm not. Alright, bro. So you want the honest truth. It's 50-50.
You're lying.
Nigga, I'm still not. Alright, bro. You got it. I'm not dropping next week.
I'll bone it.
And oh, hell.